Alright, so we're gonna get into the compression of the snares and make sure that you're following along with the videos, that you're watching them over, that you're actually implementing, because right here what we about to do is gonna get tricky and we're doing it in a short amount of time. So with this beat, what my ears were telling me is that my drums and my snares had to be powerful. Like they had to stand out. So you notice them over everything. So, you know, like I said, you're not gonna mix every beat the same. You're gonna mix beats differently. You know, so that's why I said my ears were telling me that this beat, my drums and my snares should be powerful. They should stand out. So I got 3 snares. Well, I got 2 snares and a clap. And I got the 2 snares going to the same mixer track. And I got the clap going to its own mixer track. But you know, and with time, as you take time, go through this course, you'll understand what I mean by training your ear. You'll be able to hear. As soon as you hear a track, you already kind of know what you'll do to it. You know what I'm saying? If you was engineering a beat or if you was engineering a song, you can already kind of hear in your head, like, all right, this is what I'll do for this track. You know what I'm saying? This is what this calls for. So right now I got this at, I think this is pretty much stock settings, but I'm gonna open up the multi-band because the compressor, the fruity compressor and the multi-band compressor, they're different, but they do the same thing. You know, I think I explained that in the intro video, but the reason I'm using the compressor, the fruity compressor instead of the multi-band, is because I want that thickness in my snare to stand out. I want that thickness in my snare. I don't want to lose that thickness. Even though I can bring it back with the multi-band, I don't want to just lose it. I want to just keep it. So this is what it sounds like with the fruity compressor. I like the thickness. It keeps the thickness that the snare already has. Now we're going to listen to it with the multi-band. And you'll hear that it doesn't have as much oomph to it. Doesn't have as much, you know, power to it. But I could add that with the low end. I could raise the threshold and all of that. But you know, I don't want to fuck around with it. You see, I can fuck around, do some things with it, get creative like you've seen in other videos, but I just want to keep it how I already had it, you know, and I just want to compress it. So I'm just going to keep the fruity compressor on it. And with this beat, like I said, the snare has to stand out. It has to tap, like, and I want you to feel it a little bit. So you kind of feel that snare. So we're going to bring it about 2-to-1 ratio. Pretty much how we did with the claps. Bring this back. I don't know, this 80, I don't know. Might keep it there, might not. And then like I already had explained, in other videos, other compression videos, when you put the compressor on, you have the tendency to lose some sound, but you can bring that back up with the ratio, the attack, and the gain by raising the sound back up to the level that that sounds good for you. As long as it's not going over, I would say, -2. You don't want the sound output to be going out that loud. And that's where the compressor helps. So I put my attack back down, put that down to 50. That sounds pretty good to me right now. You know, make sure y'all watching these over and over to really understand it and grasp it. I also got a compressor on the claps because I want the claps for that air. But I'm gonna still bring it to life a little bit. Bring the attack back some. Bring that to about 50 milliseconds. And I might raise the vibe, might raise the gain on it. Probably raise that up 2 decibels. And now I'm gonna just let that play as like the air behind the snare. So the snares was hitting boom, but you know what I'm saying, the clap is giving it that little bit of air that just make it, you know, sound, I don't know, fuller. Gives it a nice little sound to it. I don't know. Maybe that's just my ears. You may not like it. I don't know. But either way, make sure you're watching, because one should understand, like, now you hear it with the drums, like, that shit powerful. Like, you're gonna feel that. Like, if you in a club and this shit just, you hear them drums and that snare, that shit gonna hit. Like, you gonna feel that in your chest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you sipping, doing what you're doing. Or if you don't drink it, you know, if you're listening to this in the crib or in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Like, them drums knock. Like, you feel that. You hear that. And that comes from, you know, compressing it, but giving it that presence and giving it that thump that it needs. So, like I've been saying the whole course, make sure you go back, watch this video as many times you possibly can. Make sure you implement these techniques, because I can guarantee you that you're going to hear a drastic change in the quality of your beats when you actually implement these techniques that I'm showing you. So I'm going to see you guys over in the next video. Deuces.